by example, getting the team in a huddle. He'll know what to expect here. There's a lot of experience in this Chiefs side. A lot of them are not youngsters. They are well advanced in their careers, so looking forward to a good game. OJ, I think it's all about how both sides start today.
Kaizer Chiefs batlile go tsaya lebala go tswa kwa mojenga wa setshwantsho sa gago sa television go yeng me setlhopha sa Masry ba tla ba tsaya lebala go tswa jalo ba sireletsa kwa molemeng me ba tlhasela go ya kwa mojeng wa setshwantsho sa gago sa television re emetse jalo motsereganye go ka budula phala go ka tshimologo ya motshameko re emetse jalo motsereganye go ka budula phala go ka jalo tshimologo ya motshameko jaaka o bona modumo wa balatedi go tswa ka kwa botlhaba jwa lebala me bontsi jwa bone le baagi ba ka kwano mo ekgapeta be thankgolotse kgwele Chiefs simolola jalo kwa morago kgwele wa re bone ba e rothisa jalo mo tseleng ya ga Thabo e tshamekela jalo tseleng ya ga Mlungu wa lebella ka kgwele Bradley Cross me ba kgona go tswa jalo mo tseleng ya ga Ox romelang le telle go kwa pele Ox le ka go ya ga Kaizer Chiefs simola jalo mo tseleng ya ga Zita yole ne motho a ka reng go letse mo tlhopheng Kaizer Chiefs le fa no a tswa jalo ka kadimo go ya go ditlhopheng tse le mmalwa le ka bona le la Zita tlosa jalo ko morago no wa naga wa setlhopha se leng Hamdi Shere jalo molengenaneng fela motsereganye wa go kaela jalo gore motshameko o tswelele pele thulane jalo le ka wana le la Abderrahim Djermom le ene ke monna yo tswang jalo kwa nageng ya Algeria bontsi jwa batshameki ba setlhopha sa Masry bontsi jwa bone ba belegetswe mo nageng ya Egepeta ke batshameki ba le bararo fela mo setlhopheng se simolotseng mo motshamekong o ba ileng gore ga ba tswe mo nageng e mongwe a tswa kwa Nigeria ba le babedi ba tswa kwa Algeria re bone jalo ka bona la Khaled Sobi romela jalo kwa pele o batla jalo monaka kwa Nigeria romela jalo kwa pele a bona re batla dirang ka kgwele yao a bone jalo ba kitla fela kgwele bokoa ba yatarla kwa morago ba yatarla Brendan Peterson Njujuzi ba motsa kwa morago motsereganya ba ka ile jalo gore phoso ke ya lona motsereganyo ka jalo gore phoso ke ya lona setlhopha sa Masry setlhopha tse dingwe tse di mo groupong e le no le Africa Borwa le setlhopha sa Kaizer Chiefs setlhopha sa Zesco United go akaretsa jalo le setlhopha sa Zamalek a re bone jalo Igodaro go batla jalo Mduodai Thabo Tele romela ka kwano thoko Pule Modi fela bimusile ya bimusile Pule Modi ka wana le tswang jalo kwa Freistata kwa Tennyson re bone Bradley gona go tswa jalo mo gare ga boididi jwa banna simolla jalo mo morago mo tseleng ya ga Zita yo motho a ka reng sešeng jano tokafetse thata le ka bona la Zita Kwinika ba o lebelela tšhono a se ka e bonang thata jalo mo setlheng se se fetileng me go lebega iphutile mo setlheng se go lebega le motshameki yo a simololang go bona tsela le ka bona la Zita a re bone jalo le ka bona la Temin a re bone jalo gore ba tla dira mo kgweding eo fela ba e tshenyela leto ela Raki o na re wa tswa fela ba le gone Bradley Cross kgona go sireletsa jalo mo kgweding eo tshameki wa maloba wa setlhopha sa Bafana Bastende Lamontville Golden Arrows monna yo wa Bradley a re bone jalo Ash o a lebella Ash liga kgwele yao a romela kgwele e tsena ka lebokosana le itene fela ba e atarela ko morago Hamdi a ba e ataretse Hamdi kgwele eo Ejuo Thabo Qhele ka wanala ka kwa Mlazi kwa Durban Bonzi jana ko tsamikile kgwele ya gago ya dinao kwa Portugal Pule Modi ba mo etsela bonolo Pule Tsereganyo ka jalo gore kgwele wa etloso ke setlhopha sa Kaizer Chiefs ya go tloswa jalo ke setlhopha sa Kaizer Chiefs ka gore wena Abderrahim kwena ntshitseng kgweleo Abderrahim kwena ntshitseng kgweleo be re tloga jalo ko morago ka Khaled Kobi Sobi ba go leka go ya go tswa jalo ko morago Samekala jalo mo tseleng ya ga Elarika Khoga ga Jeresi mo tsereganye ba ka jalo phoso kgatlhanong le setlhopha sa Kaizer Chiefs mo tsereganye ba ka ile phoso gore le khoga mo kapteini ka Jeresi monna wa Ali mo kapteini wa setlhopha sa Masry Khaise ba tsabeke thata jalo setlhopha se sa Masry le setlhopha tsa borwa jwa Africa Southern Africa kwa ntle fela ga ba tshamekile ba kile ba tshameka le naga ya setlhopha se tswang kwa nageng ya Botswana setlhopha sa Botswana Defence Force me ba na le katlego mo metshamekong yeo go tseneng jalo ba tshamekile gape le setlhopha sa Green Buffaloes ga ba itse kgwele ya dinao thata jalo ya ditlhopha tsa borwa jwa Africa ga ba itse ditlhopha tsa borwa jwa Africa thata jalo setlhopha se sa Masry ba ba tsaya kgwele ba e romela kwa pele fela re tloga ka Chiefs ko morago re bone Godaro senyalo te tsela ka kwa ntle ka iwa jalo gore ya go tloswa le kgwele ya setlhopha sa Kaizer Chiefs mona mananyo wa Godaro ke le ka bona le nna le goroga mo Afrika borwa gorogela kwa setlhopheng sa Mamelodi Sundowns me a tswa ka kadimo go leba kwa ditlhopheng di le mmalwa tse di akaretsang Amatax University of Pretoria fitile le ka kwa botlhopheng sa ga Chipampengesi le le ka wana le la Godaro Arbone Ali Molaudi wa Mokoro captain of the ship abatswa ka lebelo Arbone ba pega ba sekele jano mo tsereganye wa ka ile gore matsameka o tswele pele Arbone Juo ba sireletsa Bradley ba sireletsa jalo Brendan Peterson aba sireleditse jalo Brendan Peterson tsameko semolla jalo go nna lebelo Chiefs Arbone ba tla dirang ka kgwele the man of the mother's touch Thabo Qhele Ox Mtetwa Simola kwa morago Chiefs Simola go leka go ya ga Chiefs ba tsamekela jalo mo tseleng ya ga Mlungu wa lebela Bradley abana sa tsa tshwetso me ba mo kampile Bradley khona go tswa jalo ka kgwele yao romela jalo kwa pele fela ba ema monna kwa pele Ntua Dai le bega ke tele bala go pitlagane go senene Serganya ba ka ile phoso ka tlhanong le Miguel Inacio mo Serganyo ka phoso ka tlhanong le Miguel Inacio le ka wana la ka kwa nageng ya Nigeria Ejuo ya go tlhomiwa kgweleo naga ditlhopha tsa naga ya Egepeta di tsere thata ka go dira sentle mo metshamekong ya kontinente ga o lebelela setlhopha sa Al Ahly diphenyo tsa bone mo di tournamenteng tsa kontinente o lebella jalo sehlopha sa Zamalek o lebella le sehlopha sa bosetšhaba sa Egepeta ke bona se ba tshwere rekoto ya go fenya AFCON makgetlo a le mantsi a re bone jalo Chiefs ba kwa pele a re bone Kaizer Chiefs mo mongwe a tana kot ba bana pelo tsetla Dylan Solomons a bana pelo tsetla o ka bana na thugantse kgileo ka bana ntse arogantse kgileo fela tsa tshwetso ya go rota kitla le kgakala kgileo le yone ya bo ya kgakala Eraki Retologa jalo Kapule Mori the man of the mother touch Tabo Tele Eba jalo mo tseleng ya ga Dylan kila feta jalo kwa the two bebets pele ga ine phatlalala monna yo wa Dylan Solomons mothakare generation ya bofelo wa the beautiful beds me motho e tsore tsamile sebaka sa metsotso le some go fitlela ga jana me ga itse go direga sepe ka kwano intse le noto Kaizer Chiefs e le noto el Masry.
Interesting start to the game. I think Chiefs have started really nicely here. They're finding their men well. They are creating opportunities for themselves. Just every now and then, it's the home side who attack and who pose a few problems. There's the challenge on the captain Ali in the midfield, which means a free kick to Al Masry as well. Fascinating battle already to look out for is the wide play on the right-hand side for the home side. Dechmoum up against Bradley Cross. That's a fascinating battle. So far, Cross has dealt well with Dechmoum, the Algerian. But as the game continues, it's going to be a one to watch, certainly. Chiefs finding their men nicely, although Al Masry is starting now to get into the game. The offside flag up against the Nigerian, Eduo. And as you heard in the pre-match build-up, there's an Algerian and a Nigerian leading the strike force, and then in the midfield a player from Rwanda and a player from Algeria as well. So they've got 4 foreigners in their front, 6 players on the park have Al Masry, and one of those players should be very recognizable to the Bafana players, because he played and he scored against Bafana exactly 2 years ago in Rwanda on that terrible synthetic pitch. Mugisha, number 21, he was the scorer of the second goal when Rwanda beat South Africa by 2-0. Here's Pule Mori, looking to work an opportunity, looks for a chip into the box. It's too long and no trouble for the goalkeeper Hamdi. So that was, of course, 2 years ago, early on in the World Cup qualifying campaign, when Gilbert Mugisha scored to make it 2-0. How the fortunes of those two countries changed, and ironically South Africa qualifying for the World Cup by beating Rwanda in their final game, emphatically so. This is Hashem, goes long for the visitors, looking for the flick on. Eduo trying to get in there. There's good defending from Miguel, does really nicely to try and find his man, but runs out of a bit of steam. But now there's an opportunity for Chiefs to attack. Shabalala looking at his options here and playing a nice little cushion pass towards Tele. This is better from Chiefs, looking very good on the ball today, I have to say, and finding their men nicely. Tele again. Tetwa coming to help him, almost getting dispossessed. Chiefs playing backwards now, trying to find their men, trying to keep their shape, but they've done well. Just looking for a wide play out right, and there wasn't anybody there. So back now to Miguel, cross in acres of space. And he now collects the ball. Will look to go forward with it. Dechmoum in front of him. Nice little touch, cross with a little touch on again. And now a nice ball from Shabalala out wide. What sort of cross can be played into the box? Almost reaches the Chiefs player, not quite. He'll chip back in again, and that's good defending from Al Iraqi, who's one of the changers to the side, playing it right back today. And he just chests it back to his goalkeeper. It's an entertaining game so far, both sides creating chances. Of course, the opening game, the first ever meeting between these two sides in any competition. Al Masry, known as the Green Eagles. In Arabic, that's Al Nosur Al Khodr, which means the Green Eagles. And their name, Al-Masry, refers to the country of origin for them, Egypt. Free kick now, just outside the box. Referee giving the home side a fair number of free kicks, and it's Dechmoum, the 26-year-old Algerian, who's posing quite a few problems already for Chiefs. He gets in and Miguel just stands firm. Tetwa initially going with the elbow, just trying to outmuscle his man, and then Miguel just not letting him through. And the referee from Liberia today, all four officials in fact are from Liberia, both the touch judges or the linesmen, the assistant referees, and the fourth official as well, Emmanuel Mensah, all from Liberia, the country of George Ware. So decisions to be made. Got a few good players over the ball. El Sadawi is the left back, but he can strike it quite powerfully with the left boot. Ali, the captain, over the ball as well. The Chiefs need to be defensively minded here. Looks like it's going to be Hassan Ali to take this free kick. And Chiefs setting up a four-man wall. Quinike in there, Miguel in there as well. A real chance now for the home side to strike early here. They don't score many goals, do Al-Masry. In fact, 3 of their last 4 matches have been 0-0 draws. And they've scored in only 1 of their last 5 games and 2 of their last 7. So they don't get many goals, do the side. But the members of the Green Army just trying to push them on to greater things. So, who's going to take this? It's Temin, their striker over the ball, and their captain and midfielder Ali. Both lining it up. Of course, they're without their regular striker today. I'll tell you why in a moment. It's the left boot to the captain. The wall does its job really nicely and blocks. And Al-Masry have to start from inside their own half again. The Chiefs will counter again. They might get something on the breakaway here. For a brief moment it looked possible. Tele getting back. Tetwa. Nice pass. Now Bradley Cross. 2 former Arrows players operating wide on the left-hand side for Chiefs. Pulemodi is one of them. Cross goes on the overlap and gets the ball. Will he pull it back in time? He does and wins a corner. That's good play. And Chiefs now with an attacking threat on the left-hand side, as Al Iraqi got back to make the block. So Al-Masry have failed to score in 5 of their last 7 matches. Chiefs go in on this game on the back of 3 consecutive wins in all competitions and unbeaten in their last 9. They've lost only 2 matches all season of the 16 they've played, and they've kept 10 clean sheets in that time, which is an astonishing record. They've conceded in only 6 of their 16 matches this season. So defensively very strong. Ball goes to the far post, and the referee gives a fairly soft free kick to the home side. Chiefs not taking advantage of their set-piece opportunity there. So Chiefs just 2 goals conceded in their last 6. They started the season with 5 clean sheets in a row in all competitions. Very, very impressive record at the start of the season. Their first goals were conceded in match number 6 against Sekhukhune United in the league. And at one stage they were really looking good. They are currently 3rd in the log, but they in the Betway Premiership, of course, but they've got games in hand over Sundowns, who are the log leaders. So Chiefs looking good. They're confident. They've been in Egypt now for a good few days. They've settled well. And that man Dylan Solomons, who didn't play against Orbit College in the last game, Moniane was preferred at right back, but he did play in the previous 2 against Simba and against Durban City. Chiefs winning both of those. Nice little flick on there from Igodaro. Now might be something on the breakaway with Chiefs committing men up front. It's Dechmoum going on the overlap. Referee saw nothing wrong with that. Chiefs can clear. The home crowd didn't like it, but there's a real chance for a breakaway here. Shabalala trying to play it in behind. for Modi, but Al Iraqi reads the danger nicely and makes the block. And now they come forward again. Referee gives another free kick. Looked to me like the Egyptian player just ran into Shabalala. Ali buying a free kick there from the Liberian official. And I think what the home side is saying is that Chiefs are conceding a lot of free kicks here. Surely it's time for cards. Bradley Cross couldn't really get out the way, but he did make it known to the opposing captain who's boss. And the referee saying, I'm the boss, leave me to officiate, you just carry on with playing the game. Just another look at it again. It's a strong run here from Dechmum. Plays the ball forward to Temin. Chiefs able to defend that, but the opposing coach Nabil Khouki not happy with some of the decisions that are being made, but his side do have a free kick. So Al Masry, the Green Eagles, with a chance to attack once more through Dechmum down this near side. Bradley Cross slightly out of position, so Modi deputizing for him, and Chiefs will try and break. 20 minutes played here in Egypt. In Suez, it is 0-0 in the first ever meeting between Al Masry and the mighty Amakosi.
Setse re beile le tsogo mo phatleng go bona gore ke wa tla thuba se gagane e bona kotsi fa a re bone stopper sa Al Masry mo mangata na kotsi ba ba ipela etsa bona ba batla penalty fela mo tsereganya re play on El Araki ba romela mo lebokoso fela ba khona go intsha mo karong ya kotsi Chiefs bane ba tlasela the Green Army bane ba tlasetse go tswa kwa letlhakoreng la molema the Green Army yo monanjo yo ke Nabel Koke mokatisi wa setlhopha sa El Masry e ba ipelaetsa monna wa ba tlasela monna wa Algeria le monna wa Nigeria e ba ipelaetsa gore ke tie Bradley o itsere ka seatla fela motsereganyi o na sena le bone ya go tloswa le tatlhelo ya Kaizer Chiefs Julio Thabo Cele do or die ya go tswa tshalo ka Ox yo retologang ka botlhale Miguel Inacio a re bone Mduduzi fela a ba sa be kgwile mo taolong ya gagwe Mduduzi ba go tlhaselwa jaanong romela le tele wa ko pele fela ya ba sia ya go retologa tshalo ka Bradley atla jalo Pule Modi ba le bantse ba tlhalosa gore Pule Modi yona le kwa Golden Arrows kete ga e sa tlole le ene Pule Modi yo fela setlhopha sa setegenike ba na le tshepo le tumelo ba na le tshepo le tumelo mo lekabaneng le la Pule Modi Mduduzi Signalo to Ox Tauretse mo monagareng mona yo wa Sponiseni Mthethwa Tauretse mo monagareng mona yo wa Sponiseni Mthethwa tshamekiwa mona ba setlhopha sa Lethota Duva ga mmogo le setlhopha se sa gagwe sa tswa go fenya sa the Stelis a re bone El Raki tsa kgwele ba mo captaining Ali wa lebela Ali a ba go bisa fa fatshe kgwele tla nakotsi goal kick Baka Jalo goal kick ya o tlosa e tlhomiwa kwa morago go na le monna yo fa fatshe wa le ka go tlhoma bofofo gore ke mang le ka bona le lefafatshe la setlhopha sa El Masry me ke to wela le nosi go ne go tsena ope o mo khopileng go na ope o mo khomileng ba tsweletse go rotloetsa go ema nokeng ka meropa le dikoma balatedi ba setlhopha se sa Masry.
Okay, we do apologize for that break there. We are getting the feed as it is coming from Egypt. There still goalless between Al Masry and Kaizer Chiefs midway into the first half. As soon as we get the pictures back, we'll go back to that game. But it gives us an opportunity to talk about the first 22, 23 minutes that we've seen here. Kinelwe and Dr. Kumalo have been watching the game with me. Has it gone the way you expected?
It's very difficult at this point.
For who?
For both teams, to be honest. I think right now for me, Kaizer Chiefs, they look kind of tired. They are reactive, which is very worrisome for me because Al Masry now has come in numbers. They are out of counter-attacks. There's high intensity, but it looks like Kaizer Chiefs is found almost flat-footed almost all the time, and it's very scary.
Yeah, Doc was saying they're playing half ground on those first 20 minutes. But let's go back to our commentators then, OJ and Michael Abramson. We've got the pictures back from Egypt.
Chiefs ba le ka go tlhasela fela wa thula ka lebole kwa morago bona fule mo dia ba fa pele ga lebokoso la di 6 gona go itlhatlhola moiso gape ba le ka go kokota a re bone Chalo Ox o batla Chalo Igutaro tshamekela Chalo Kotoko ba le ka go ya ga setlhopha sa the Perfect Glamour Boys. The man of the Marasaj Mlungu ba romela mo lebokoso la 18 tlola mo di tlhogo tsa banna Hauta mitsa Dylan Solomons o motsa gore na re no dira fo Dylan Hana karabo le Hana karabo Dylan Solomons dilo dingwe ga o di solofele mo tsamekeng ba seemo se mo khaisano nya seemo se dilo dingwe tse di dirwang diphoso tse di dirwang ke batsameki romela le telele khileo fela Chiefs Tabotele we ba motsele nya ga pule Bradley romela le telele ka kwa botlhaba jwa le bala Bradley Ox go bisa fafatse Ox amdio dai amma fafatse mo tsere ga ngai tlhomiwe tsere ga nyoka jalo gore wena monna wa ka kwana Kenya Rwanda mokesha ono go gangwana ka le kgetla ka jalo kgele wa tlhomiwe fafatse ya go tlosa le phoso ga tala le setlhopha sa Al Masry ya go tlhomiwa le phoso ga tala le setlhopha sa Al Masry me motakare Chiefs ga bana ba tshameki ba motakareng ba khona go diraga ba le khakala Duduzi o botsa ba bagolwane gore a re tsa ka tlhamalalo khotsa ke romela go ditlhogong tsa lona me ba bagolwane ke te ba re itlise ka kwano Dylan Solomons o ikitsa mo dilong wa itse sa tswa go iragela kwa ntle me a bana botlhale a tswa fa thoko ga mathata le khakala le ene monna yo wa Dylan Solomons o itlhomile mdu wa da o itlhomile mdu tuze shabalala le ene o goletse mo setlhopheng se ba romela go ditlhogong fela jaaka laitswe na e rometse mo ditlhogong fela jaaka laitswe fela Chiefs le ne le kgorometsa mo lebakoswa la ditene ka jalo kgwele ya go tloswa wena Michael Nosho kgoromeditse jalo Mteni Ali ya go tlhomiwa kwa morago tloswa jalo ke Abdel Baki Hamdi Bayrola kwa morago Chiefs Julio Dylan Amtu Odai Amtu Oabarwala Igodaro Wiba mo kotleng wa monna be le gale beta bogala jalo ke Dylan Arbone Chiefs Aleka go ya kwa pele kgile a re bone fela gore ba tla dira mo kgileng romela jalo ka kwana theko Pule Modi fela ba itsinga lo tsetse ka kwa ntle mo treganye a re tlotse le kgile ya Kaizer Chiefs re setse re letile setse re bele le tsogo mo phatlenga gore ke bomanga ba batla thubang segagane no Chiefs and no Masry.
Well, it's a game that has threatened to come to life but hasn't quite done so as yet. Looks like a pretty nasty challenge there from Hashem on Kele. Referee lets it go though. So Chiefs are fighting hard in the midfield. Good work from Mtetwa. Now Modi. Kele. This is nice play. And now acres of space for Solomons, who's been really trying to impress. He's made some interesting runs already today. He's had a few shots at the goal. Not any of them on target as yet. He really looks as if he's keen to prove a point to the coaching staff here. And the referee now forced to stop the game for the collision between Kele and Ali. Looks like the Chiefs players come off rather the worse for wear. The man from Kwamashu in KwaZulu-Natal jumping there. It looked like Ali jumped with an elbow raised. Have a look at it from this angle. Oh, it's an elbow. And he's almost leading with that elbow into the face of Kele. Referee doesn't seem to be taking any further action there, but he definitely jumped with the elbow raised. No protest though from the Chiefs players on the park, which is interesting. And the Green Army supporters, they're enjoying what they're seeing so far. Of course, there will be 2 Egyptian derbies in this group. The other Egyptian side. And that will happen in rounds 3 and 4 of the group stage of the competition. So Kele's got a bit of a headache. He needs to go to the side of the field before he can return to the field of play. Amazing what a packet of ice can do. But in the meantime, Chiefs have possession with a free kick. Now Shabalala, let's see what he can do this time. His last free kick was played into a dangerous area, and Chiefs were able to clear it. So let's see if they've worked on some set pieces. Shabalala chipping it into the box. Keeper comes, doesn't hold it. And the referee says play on. Dechmum, who's been a thorn in the side of Chiefs throughout this first half, trying to get his team moving upfield. That's good work there from Oxum Tetwa, and he's still strong on the ball and does beautifully. Kwinika. Now Igodaro. And the referees had to stop the game because keeper Hamdi has gone down. Not sure what happened. Must have been in that free kick incident when he came to try and punch the ball away. He's taken a little bit of a knock, and the referee let play continue for a while, but then decided that he needs to stop the game. It's been very stop-start this, full of injuries. A lot of the Al Masry players have been surrounding the referee about all his decisions. There you see the goalkeeper coming out into a whole host of players trying to grab the ball and then getting a bit of a collision. Almost the meat in the sandwich, involving Igodaro and 2 of his own teammates as well. And Coach Huki not particularly happy. So there's been a lot of talk about the Chiefs coaching staff and various names that might be associated with the club in days to come. As things stand at the moment, it's Messrs Kazi and Khalil who will be taking Chiefs forward. And the referee, I think, needs to sort it out. He's having a chat to Zita Kwinika. He's having a chat also to Hassan Ali. Just trying to get the game to flow a little bit more, because it's been very stop-start so far. Al Masry qualifying by ending 4th in the Egyptian league last season. Qualified them for this competition. They're 5th currently in the league table, behind some big names. Cleopatra leading the league table, but then Al Ahly, Zamalek and Pyramids are the sides above them in the league. They've got 20 points from 12 matches, but as I said, have scored in only 2 of their last 7. They've got an interesting history in this competition as well, which I'll tell you about in a moment. Drop ball given to Chiefs because they were the side in possession. Ele conceding the free kick. Dechmum conceding the throw-in, rather. Dechmum takes it. He's normally the recipient. Modi working really hard to try and win it back for Chiefs and has done well. Igodaro with a nice ball to the outside of the right boot. Now Dylan Solomons looks forward, sees nothing there. Goes back to Quinica. Plays the ball into space, looking for a runner. Nobody read his intentions. And the ball back with the goalkeeper. So just to talk about that suspension, Mohsen, who is their leading striker with 5 goals this season, he's suspended because he got sent off in the match against Al Ittihad, the Libyan side against whom Al Masry qualified in the 2nd round of qualifiers. They beat them 2-1 on aggregate. And there was a red card for the leading striker, Mohsen. So he's not able to start today. He's suspended, as indeed is Gaston Cirino for Chiefs, having collected 3 yellow cards in the group match in the qualifying rounds of this competition. So he's suspended as well. Chiefs also without Lilepo and without a few other key players. They've travelled with a squad of 22. They've left 12 of their players behind. Here come Al Masry. Hashem wide to Al Iraqi. Looks to try and beat Modi, runs into a bit of traffic. Referee says play on, almost breaks for Chiefs, not quite. One back by Sobi. Al Sadawi plays a rather speculative ball into the center. Now Tele looking for some support, trying to release his teammate. Referee says play on, and when there's no advantage to Chiefs, he blows for the free kick. Well, they're giving it their all, Chiefs. Really working hard. They're putting in a lot of work, especially defensively in this first half. And that's a foul committed by Al Sadawi, not allowing the Chiefs player to advance. Quinica goes all the way back to his goalkeeper, Peterson, who hasn't had too much to do. Bradley Cross has made 1 or 2 very, very timiest tackles. Very well-timed tackles and 1 or 2 crucial blocks as well. And Peterson, taking a few chances inside his penalty area, but all's well that ends well. Now, Inacio Miguel, born in Torres Vedras in Angola. Chiefs threading the passes nicely. Here's Miguel again, has dual citizenship. Portuguese citizenship and Angolan citizenship. Dechmum, the danger man, winning a free kick against Modi. And Dechmum will go and say to the referee, look, this has happened to me repeatedly. I've been fouled throughout the first half and you're not doing anything about it. And the referee's saying to him, you calm down. I'm officiating the game. I didn't see that as a yellow card offence. I must say this Egyptian side are in the ear of the referee the whole time. They're complaining about every decision. Modi just shoving his man to the ground there. The referee saying free kick is enough penalty. Oh, there's a slip from the Al Masry player. Now Chiefs can look to attack. Mtetwa looks for support behind him. That's a blind pass that doesn't work. And now Hassan Ali's trying to set up the chance for Al Masry. But luckily for Chiefs, it doesn't run to Dechmum. Peterson have a little bit of time on the ball. So Coach Ben Khalil issuing instructions from his demarcated area. Pele pulled around. That's a rather cynical challenge. Chiefs will get the free kick. Pele signed from a Russian club, Fakel Zoronec, on a free. Zita Quinica, he's played for a number of clubs in his time. Chipper, Tanda Royal Zulu, Wits, Stellies. He's been around the block a bit. Man now well into his 30s. And again looks for the long ball. It's the 3rd time in this half that he's played the long ball forward, looking for a runner. Shabalala does nicely, but the referee adjudges it to be a foul And Al Masry will have the chance to clear their lines once more. Mugisha and Shabalala. Not sure what the referee saw there exactly, but he's given the free kick to the team in white shirts. So a bit stop-start this first half, trying to flow on occasions. There have been some good moves from both teams, but he's been punctuated with injuries. El Sadawi. Now Sobi. Slowing down the play, just looking for options, trying to draw Chiefs out. Igodaro has been sitting a little bit deeper in a lot of the attacks, but now he's the man most advanced, or at least was briefly. One back though by Mugisha, the Rwandan. That's a nice pass up towards the Nigerian Iduo. Finds support from his captain, who's roving in the midfield all over the place. Now Dechbub playing it forward. Pulemodi thought about the pass back to the goalkeeper, decided against it. 5 minutes to go until half-time. Is there going to be a breakthrough goal in this first half? At the moment, it's looking unlikely. The score remains 0-0 in the first ever meeting between these sides.
Bafela pelo le bone balatedi ba ka kwano ba ipotsa dipotso tsa gore no eta go rogalenga fela ba tsweletse ka meropa go bontsha jalo ke monokeng go bontsha jalo thotloetso simola jalo ko morago Sobi magadi le suma mararo samigala jalo mo tsileng ya le ka bona la El Sadawi Haman Ejua Banka ya Chiefs ba ba sa itumele seo wa go Khalima Motserganye Khalima jalo mo katese wa stopper sa Kaizer Chiefs mona wa kwa Tunisia Khalil Ben Youssef na dirisa bokete jwa mmele wena fela ke tega mo dira sepetata jalo ke ga mokgwa banka ya Chiefs ba ne ba lwa ba lwela ntlha eo banna ba ka kwa nageng ya Liberia Taugetse Motserganye Sobi ba go leka go isimolla jalo kwa tlhaselong kwa mojeng wa Afrika wa Kaizer Chiefs wa tshireletso kwa tlhaselong molema wa bone wa tlhaselo Motserganye o itshela moruti o tsididi ba ne ba batla penalty fela re bone Chiefs ba kgabaganya ka tseleng tse ntšha ba rona mona Motserganye re phoso wa go isetšha Motserganye o ntsha karata e serolwana Motserganye gona go lemotsa jalo Motserganye gore Ashley Dupree na ba ralala Ash la go pola mo motshamekong kgatlhanong jalo mo motshamekong wa tlhotlhano kgatlhanong le Simba o ne a fotsa kgwele a le nosi monna yo Ashley Dupree me seo se ke sa mo mathata ke ka mona sa tlhola tlhagela mo metshamekong e le mentsi ya Kaizer Chiefs go tlogeng fo me ke tijanong ke ba reka le reo la seeng redeemed himself o siame jaanong Mugisha monna wa ka kwa nageng ya Rwanda wa mogela jalo karata wa mogetse jalo karata e serolwana a re bone jalo Mekwe romela kwa thoko ba go simolla go tlhasela kwa matlhakoreng Chiefs ba ba itsa ba romela kwa pele kgwele yao a re bone Igodaro ba ba mo dirisa diphoso ba mo pateletsa gore a ntshetse kgwele o ka kwa ntle ba go e tlosa le tatlhelo ke o mona mo tshwantsho sa gago ke ene wa mogetseng karata e serolwana mona yo wa Mugisha Thabo Qele le ka go ba rwala tibotage a re bone Thabo ba tsholetsa kgwele tsena ka le ba go tshola di 10 fela a ba tswa mo dikoteng a iatarela Khamdi a ba tswa mo dikoteng a iatarela Khamdi kgwele ba go simolla jalo tlhaselo Ali ba go simolla jalo tlhaselo go tswa mo molagareng setlhopha se sa Masry Kaizer Chiefs ba kgona go sireletsa ka bonako Pule Modi re le ka re go lebega ke te go pitlagane gone o phutuluga ratile go etshamekela kwa morago batshameki ba Chiefs jaaka bona motshwara dino a sega ditsebe a re bona re batla dirang go ya kwa pele Chiefs tshamekela jalo mo tseleng ya Mlungu o a lebelela Bradley a romela kgona go e bona o le fa gore na batla jalo le ka bona la Ashley Dupree tsekeditswe metsotso le mebedi mo metsotsong ya semmuso e le somamane le botlhano jaaka o bona Boroto ba re bontsha gore ke metsotso le mebedi e re e filweng
Additional time 2 minutes الوقت المحتسب بدلا من الضائع دقيقتين
كوانا لا Ashley Dupree kila na mo mebalenya de Stelis do or die motiraganyare le fa o le ngwana emelela tumelo ga go fodisitse emelela mtu ba jalo mo godimo ga mpa ya lephala mo tseleng ya ga El Raki yo bona njala mo kapteini wa gage Ali romela kwa pele fela tatlhelo ke ya setlhopha sa Kaizer Chiefs tatlhelo ke ya Kaizer Chiefs ya go tloswa jalo ke Bradley Cross ke na go tlosa nkgwilio Ali Hassan signaloto monna yo El Raki mo tseleng ya ga le ka wana la Igodaro bana ba le babedi ba ba tswang kwa nageng ya Nigeria yo mongwe le ka la El Masry Juo karate sorlona etsela jalo Miguel fa gona le motshameki o ithatelang dikarata ke monna yo wa Miguel o amogela karate sorlona Juo le ene o amogela karate sorlona me wa moitse bontsi jwa nako le ka bona le bontsi jwa nako o nna ko kwa ntle ka ntlha ya go beelwa thoko fa e se karata e khibidu ke karate sorlona Miguel bonnete ke gore nako e fedile me re tla tlhotlhora kgotsa ra feleletsa e ntse go emitswe motshameko go ntshiwa jalo dikarata monna wa Rwanda monna wa Angola ga mmogo le monna wa Nigeria e le bone ba amogelang jalo dikarata a re bone Chiefs mo metsotsong ya bofelo mo dira dibilene wa tsena kwa legodimong thula ka tlhogo kgwele bokoa ba iatlarela kwa morago Khamdi wa go emisa go ntse fela jalo motsereganya ba ka jalo gore motshameko ye go ikhutsa ba tshwara dino motaka re bana ba sa dire thata jalo mo letsatsing la gompieno kgotsa mo karolong ya ntlha ya motshameko ba ne ba nile fale mo re boneng jalo ditlhaselo le fa di se bokete jalo di se matshosetsi jalo noto El Masry e le noto Kaizer Chiefs ba tswa jalo mo lebaleng ba go bua ba tshotlakganya metsotso e le somamane le botlhano ya bofelo Pule Modi yo ke gore leng ka re ga fomo yana le mo go yone kwa Golden Arrows le fana gore ga mo Kaizer Chiefs ke te motshameko mongwe le mongwe e ntse wela go tlase motho etso re fetsa ka tseleng tseng jalo nna le wena re kopana gape bo karolo bedi motshameko Noro Chiefs Noro El Masry.
To pray for now.
It is goalless in Suez. Then let's take a look at the benches and the lineups. Do Al Masry need to do anything so far? Where do you think the changes can come from?
To be honest with you, Tabiso, what we just spoke about now, we don't think there's much that they can do. Perhaps the only thing they could do is the coach in the situation will tell the players, especially when they get into the final third, Kaizer Chiefs, which is their defensive area. Let's be more aggressive. Let's be composed. And let's make it happen, because we've seen them falling, tripping, you know. But also, I think they are not as aggressive enough, also because Kaizer Chiefs overload their defenses so much. But if there is a player from the bench that could come in who is going, you know, like your Vilakazi, who's going to then let's rather bring someone who's there, who's going to be very aggressive in taking the opportunities one-on-one and getting their bodies at the back of the defense.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at the bench of Kaizer Chiefs quickly. Doc, for you, what do they do? Dupree has been absent in that first half like you expected.
Unfortunately, there was no supply for him, so you can't falter him. But I can use Dupree on the wing because of his speed, and he can keep the width in order for us to gain the width. And then Sitole Umonyana, probably bringing him on the right, and then double the right side. Monyana and Solomon. Solomon play in front of Monyana. So you load the right-hand side and give Dupree the chance on the left-hand side. So sacrifice Modi and Vilakazi because they're not doing anything at the moment.
Are you worried about Miguel having a yellow card?
Yeah, because I mean that's the reason why also I'm introducing Ulontoza, Monyane, you know. But then again,
yeah, and it's been stopped that kind of a game, just like you expect when you play against Egyptians.
Yeah.
So there's also one player there that I think can be lethal for Kaizer Chiefs. It must be or Mabue in the middle of the park.
Yes.
Because there's no supply, there's no combinational play. Aguna muntu pete string where Oshaikita Otimatota. This is how we do it. The DNA. Sidala on the strength of Al Masry. You know, if you look at Kaizer Chiefs, the last two games. Okay. It's totally different from this one.
Okay, let's go back then to Suez for the second half. Goalless at halftime between Al Masry and Kaizer Chiefs.
Thanks so much, Tabiso. Indeed, totally agree with what the analysts were saying at halftime, and Dokumala's last comment about Ashley Dupree being virtually invisible. He's getting no supply at all. I don't think I mentioned him more than once in that first half. So let's see if Chiefs do ring the changes. No obvious changes as of now, but we'll wait and see what they try and do, because they do have Ignacio Miguel on a yellow card as well, which could potentially be problematic as the game continues. 0-0. It's been a game in fits and starts. It's the Egyptian side, Al Masry, playing from right to left in the white with green, and Chiefs in their chain strip of this grey colour with yellow trim. Quite an elegant looking strip that they are playing in. Mtetwa immediately getting involved, but possession conceded. And here's Al Sadawi playing in that left back position. Dylan Solomons getting in the way, just pumping the ball up the park, or trying to at least. And now there's plenty of space for Al Iraqi on that right hand side, whipping the ball into the area. Great save from Peterson. Ball still alive. Kele needs to get rid of this quickly, and he does do so just in the nick of time. But that was excellent goalkeeping, good reactive stuff from the Chiefs captain. Diving full length to his left-hand side. That ball could have sneaked into that far side upright. And Peterson makes a very fine save. He's a quality goalkeeper, and he proved his worth there. Al Sadawi. Now Dechmum operating on the left-hand side at the moment, even though he's done most of his damage on the right. Hamada. Suddenly Chiefs sitting back a little bit more, giving the Egyptian side a lot of time on the ball, and the throw-in one off Bradley Cross on that far side. So Chiefs, as I say, have kept a whole lot of clean sheets this season, 10 in 16 matches in all competitions, so they're very good defensively in that regard. Conceded in only 6 of their 16 matches. That's only 38% of their matches they've played this season have they conceded in. 62% of matches they've kept clean sheets. So if that continues, they'll go away from Egypt with at least a point. Dechmum, El Sadawi. Nice linking play, but they need to defend here. And eventually El Sadawi overruns the ball. Igodaro playing deep He's supposed to be up the park, but he's helping the defense now. And Chiefs don't have a man upfield, so as a result, the ball will come straight back. Hashem. And they'll just slow down the play. Here's Mugisha. Al-Sadawi. Block made by Dupria, who's doing more work defensively than attackingly at this stage in the game. Chiefs having to absorb quite a bit of pressure early on in the second half. I wonder if the coaching staff are going to ring some of those changes. Already contemplating possible changes. They've got a decent bench. A couple of players have returned from injury, like Masimango and Mako on that bench as well. But De Silva, he scored 4 goals this season. Fundo Vilagazi, he scored in the last match, in the last round rather. So let's see what the coaching staff decide to do. Aleraki putting his boot through the ball. Now Dechmum popping up in the center of the park. He's dangerous, this man. Takes the shot. Again Peterson diving full length, not trusting the bounce on the pitch. And then the dummy, which didn't quite work because I think the Egyptian player thought he had a teammate behind him and he didn't. Now Ashley Dupria with a nice ball upfield. There are possibilities here. Ighodaro's gone on a good run. And now he needs to send the ball wide to Modi. He couldn't quite find the right pass. And the referee, I think, is going to bring them back for an offside decision. That was a bit better from Chiefs. They broke quickly. Here you see Ighodaro gets the ball, but clearly in an offside position when he touches it now, and that's when the flag goes up from the Liberian near side assistant. Bradley Cross trying to stop the ball from coming in. Now Dechmum getting himself into a dangerous position. He might pull the trigger here. Good defending. And Tetwa getting in the way, but El Sadawi picking up the loose pieces. Quinika trying to make the block. It's all Al-Masry, and now they appeal for a handball. The referee absolutely not interested. And now Chiefs might be able to get something on the break here. Only 2 men upfield, and the pass is an errant one. Well, certainly a fair bit of action at the start of the second half. Chiefs trying to do something on the break, and Al-Masry are trying to dictate. They've obviously had a bit of a tongue lashing from their Tunisian coach, and they're much more on the front foot early on in the second half. Temine, man who scored 2 goals and assisted 1 this season in all competitions, and he takes the throw. Dechmum tries the back heel, doesn't work this time, and he becomes a bit frustrated. A lot of pressure. Well, Bradley Cross is trying to take his hand away. It's certainly not hand to ball. Look at this. He tucks his hand behind his back, or his arm behind his back. There's no way that's a penalty. And the referee has that absolutely spot on. It's under pressure, this Liberian referee, Washington and Dolo. He's given a lot of free kicks. Now the ball running out of play. So just an interesting stat that I picked up when I was doing my research for this game. Al-Masry, their bogey side, believe it or not, is RS Berkane, the Moroccan side, who have done really well in this competition of late. The last 2 occasions that Masry have qualified for this competition, they've been eliminated by Berkane on both occasions. In 2022, they lost on away goals in the quarterfinal, and in 2020, they lost 3-2 in the quarterfinals to RS Berkane as well. Interesting enough, they were in the same group as Berkane in 2018, and they ended second in the group behind Berkane, having beaten them at home and drawn away before going on to lose on aggregate in the semi-finals to AS Vita Club from the DRC by 4-0. So RS Berkane is a side that have been paired with them on a number of occasions in this competition. They've never played against Chiefs before. This is a first meeting between the sides. Here's Kele, looking at his options, decides not to go forward. Miguel. Chiefs in a bit of space. You can see a lot of man marking here from the Egyptian side. They're just sticking man to man and denying Chiefs space. Quinika, as a result, goes all the way back to his goalkeeper. He's been fairly active at the start of the second half. He's had to make 2 good saves already. Nice flick on there from the tall Ighodaro. Now Modi, can he get in? It's good work from Aleraki. Defended that one nicely. Chiefs pressing a little bit more, but not pressing in unison. It's individual players who are pressing here, so they're leaving gaps in the midfield. Here's Mtetwa. Tele. This looks a little bit better. And now Solomons. It's touch from Solomons. Does well to win the ball back again, but concedes a throw-in. So Al Masry coming closest to scoring at the start of the second half. A very fine save from Peterson. Chiefs, of course, qualifying for this competition by virtue of winning the Nedbank Cup last year, which was also the last match that Given Masimango played for Chiefs. He's been out with a long-term injury. He's on the bench today. We might see him. He's been included in the squad, giving them a bit of a fillip, because they are missing a whole lot of players like Lilepo and Sirino, who's suspended. Lilepo injured, a few others injured as well. They brought only a squad of 22 to Egypt. Big test to come next week for Chiefs at home to Zamalek. And then they'll have their away game and home game against Escol before facing the two Egyptian sides in the reverse fixtures right at the end of the campaign. This man Dechmum has been very, very good. He's 26 years of age. He scored 5 goals and has 2 assists this season already. And he scored the opener in the last round against Al Ittihad, the Libyan side, who were beaten 2-1 by Al Masry to qualify. Hamam was the other man who scored, and Mohsen, their leading scorer, was sent off in that game, which is why he is ineligible to play today. Igodaro. Tele. Cross, wanting the ball. Tele does well in the end, actually, or did well. The intention was good to try and find Pulemodi on that far side, but he can't find him. The pass is slightly hit in front of him. And this is a characteristic of matches in the north of Africa, when the phones are turned on and the lights to create an atmosphere. It's not the biggest crowd in the world, but it certainly is a very vociferous crowd. And they love their football up here in Suez. Of course, this is a club that has had a lot of bad fortune. The Port Said disaster, which saw 74 of their fans die 13 years ago in a clash with Al Ahly fans. And their stadium was demolished. And that's a very dark day in the history of this club. But they've moved on from there, and they've played a lot in CAF competitions, particularly this Confed Cup. It's their 6th appearance in this competition in the last 8 seasons. And here's Dechmum pulling a lot of strings in that midfield, linking with Mugisha. So is the stalemate going to be ended? Is there a way through for either side just to open the game up a bit? Because whichever side concedes, they're going to have to chase the game. Just from a neutral point of view, it might be good to get a goal just to open things up a little bit. 10 minutes played second half. We've had quite a lot of action in the second half, a lot more goalmouth action than we had in the first half, but it remains goalless. OJ, do you sense a goal is coming or not?
Fela jaaka Maafrika Borwa, fela jaaka kwa e khepeta ba se ba letetseng no le rona fela jalo se tirelitile go bona gore ya motshameko tla bona no tla ba go pola re motshameko o fitileng setlhopha sa the Stelis ba nusitse mo motsotso wa bofelo a re bone El Masry sireletsa kwa morago tshamekela jalo mo tseleng ya ga Bradley wa lebela Bradley cross le ka go tsena mogare ga banna fela mo tsereganya re kgala motshameka sentle wena Abderrahim Dechmum sala emeletse tshimologo ya motshameko o monna yo mona mo tshwantshong sa gago mokatisi wa setlhopha se Nabel Koke mokatisi wa setlhopha se sa Al Masry ga se ba tsamaye ba ne ditshimega tsa lega ga se ba tsamaye ba feginyeng lega me la bofelo fa Chiefs ba ba fenya lega ka bala dingwaga di kana le 11 tse di fitileng la bala dingwaga di kana le 11 tse di fitileng la bofelo fa ba fenya lega Kaizer Chiefs a re bone tshalo le ka bona Hamara tshamekela tshalo mo tseleng ya tshamekela tshalo mo tseleng ya le ka bona le la ora ke dikotsi penalty Miguel Inacio o leka go ikuela fela motsereganye khana lene a re bone ka motsamayo iketlileng ba tsaya ba romela tla gopola gore ga rena VAR mo metshamekong ye motsereganye a re Brandon Peterson kgile wa shipie kwa molorenga ke gore le kare re letile maAfrika Borwa ba letile e repeta ba letile ya go thomiwa kgile wa le penalty le ka wana ka kwa Algeria ke bona tsere kgile maitlomo maikaelele le go tsa penalty eo le ka wana la Temin ona e rometse El Sawadi fela ba fetola jalo ke ke tele ka re monna yo wa ka kwa Algeria ke no tla etsang ke temona ka kwa Rwanda ke re thumang khilio le ka wana la ka kwa na genya Rwanda Mogesha ke ena go tsang khilio tshamekile la Afrika Borwa mo metshamekong ya go qualifela metshameko ya sejana tsa lefatshe le ka wana la Mogesha ba itlhomile tsholofelo ke gore ba tla bona nno batshameki balatedi ba le Green Army ba itlhomile kgwileo lebagana le ene Brandon Peterson a re bona gore o tla dira ka tseleng tsentšha motsereganye a re a iye wa ya kwa go yone Mogesha or not fela nnete ke gore o na ile kwa go yone Brandon Peterson ya bone phapasela difolaga tsa botala le bosweu ya bone phapasela difolaga tsa bosweu le botala.
Goal for El Masry SC scored by player number 20 كينغسلي. هدف لصالح فريق المصري أحرزه اللاعب رقم 20 كينغسلي.
وان نغا تتاوان اسكوفاسا المازري نورو كايزر تشيفز وكايت سيرو سنيني فيلا برندن بيترسون نينا لما تلقيليو ويبا من تروين لك وانا لا نغايا رواندا Afrika Borwa jano itlo gona le namane tona ya tiro batlile gona le namane ya tona ya tiro Afrika Borwa Kaizer Chiefs Arbone ba isimula jalo kwa morago jano mfa gona jana ke yone nako ya gore ba katisi jano ba simule go naganela kwa botenteng tshwanetse go simula go naganela kwa botenteng lebella ba ile gore ga ba dire sentle ga jana go dira diphetogo fa ile gore go a tlhokagala mme le gone fa go sa tlhokagale ba ka tswela ka ba bona le bone ba ba tshepang jalo gore ba ka ba direla tiro a go tlhoma khile ile sekutlo o itumile kwa pele inashio Witumile kwa pele inashio Taboteleke na Tremile Nkilio Taboteleke na Tremile Nkilio the man of the Mairasa Chermano Tadira Arumela fell up Hileko Timo Feta Mori Savannah about 2 Liba Pote Comorabo Chiefs Armana Tadira Mokilinio Kana Sireleta Potsebura Kamona Kolego Sireleta Chiefs Tabo Tele Warumela Tabo Abasaine Tabo Buying up a Trogol and a Potagor and Arisen Kirkasidira fighting Tota Arbone Pikawanala El Sawade Ox Mtetwa tsena mogare ga banna Ox a ba romela Ox a re bone Mtethusi ke tsa pene ke a kwala ke bona over offside ba re wa thubile kwa morago Chiefs fela ba tlhoka lesego ba tantebetse Avram Grant waka kwa Alger waka kwa Liberia aka jala gore le tantebetse kgele ya go tloswa kwa morago ke setlhopha sa Masry tantebetse wena Chiefs ba dira diphetogo Relive ga mo le Vilakazi ba go tsena me ke belela Ashley ga mo le Pule Modi go ntse fela jalo Pule Modi selo fela gore balatedi ba Chiefs ba dumelana le phetogo tse Obrigado a re bona gore o tla dira diphetogo di feng mo motshamekong a re bone gore o tla dira diphetogo di feng mo motshamekong le ka bona lela Mfundo Vilakazi Obrigado tshamekile metshameko tshimega ya metshameko ya AFCON mme ebile o tswa jalo kwa metshamekong ya sejana sa lefatshe Obrigado Arbone Ox we romela jalo mo tseleng ya ga Relive a ba retologa ka bana Relive tshamekela jalo mo tseleng ya ga Ox Arbone jalo Mfundo Arbone ba itsa ba romela go go tsala di tini
Isanili Relive in player number 28 Mfundo Vilakazi in
re ke fe khaitsedi ya ke tsono a go totobaletse batshameki ba sa tswang go tsena
تبديل فريق كايزر تشيفز نزول اللاعب رقم 17 إسانيلي فيلاباي ونزول اللاعب رقم 28 مفوندو فيلاكازي
Arbone ba tswa jang kwa morago ka kgwileo a ba senya kgwile fela ba kgona go isireletsa gape kwa morago ba romela jalo ka letlhakoreng la moja Arbone Hamana ona wetsa ka seatla fela motsereganya re ne se ka maikaelelo o ka jalo gore ne se ka maikaelelo Arbone Sobi simula jalo mo motshwaraneleng wa gagwe leng Khamdi simula jalo mo go Khamdi yo itsamekela mo go Sobi ngwaga di le 13 le ka bona le belego ka ngwaga wa ketengwe kgolo re bongwe 1995 Bradley Relive Mothetso re tsamaile metsotso e le 35 ke boela jalo kwa go Mike
Well, OJ, that goal certainly opens up the game. It's going to force Chiefs to become more attacking. And as I said, it's only the 7th game this season that they've conceded in. And this is match number 17 for them. Referee says play on. Now, can they get something on the break? They had to take Dupree off. He was virtually a passenger in the game. And now with the fresh legs of Vilakazi trying to take them forward. Let's see if something works here. Dylan Solomons! Oh, he's the most unlikely of scorers, but he's found the net. What a solo run that was. And what a response from Kaizer Chiefs. Dylan Solomons, he's been trying all match. He had that solo run in the first half with the shot going wide. This time there was only one way he was going, and it was towards the goal. And the coaching staff, Coach Kaizer there, absolutely delighted. And the former Stellies All-Stars and Swallows man scores a goal now. Al Masry, of course, are protesting. They feel there should have been a foul earlier. The referee was up with play. He said play on. This is great from Solomons. He collects the ball in a non-dangerous position. Nobody stays tight to him and gives him a chance to get the shot away. Vilakazi doing outstandingly well to take it forward. But look at Solomons. Look at this control. Goes outside, then inside. A real Vulavala there, and then putting it into the corner beautifully. pinpoint precision, and Chiefs are level. It is 1-1, and that is an absolutely fantastic response from the visiting team here to going 1 down to a penalty a few minutes earlier. Peterson knows that there might be some powers on his side because he's the man who gave away that penalty.
Kaizer Chiefs
Dylan
FC.
Solomon's goal in the 67th minute. It's a very rare goal for him. First of the season, doesn't get many. Vindicating his selection. He's picked as a right back who gets forward on occasion, but boy, he's got forward a lot in this game. And now it's all to play for, 1-1. How do Al Masry respond? Because they've been the better side throughout the second half. They went ahead, applied pressure, won the penalty, converted the penalty really well by Mugisha, man who scored against Bafana Bafana in November of 2023 for his country Rwanda, scored against the South African team in November of 2025. But that's all been put to bed now with an excellent effort from Dylan Solomons, who's the toast of Suez as far as Chiefs players are concerned. So this has certainly livened up the game. I said it needs a goal or two just to spice it up, and this will certainly spice it up. Now let's have a look at this here early on. That was the challenge, and the referee said play on, and Chiefs scored at the other end. But now they could have some danger to see off. Yeah, that's a lovely ball, lovely turn. Here's the Nigerian trying to get his shot in, Eduo. And in the end, there were enough bodies in the way just to take the deflection, take the sting out of the shot. And the save made by Peterson. So with a bit of air in the wings, so to speak, and a boost for the Chiefs players, how do they respond to that? Vilagazi. The change, of course, the double change made. Vilagazi and Velibai coming on. And virtually immediately thereafter, Chiefs scoring, and Vilagazi's part in that goal, he'll be credited with the assist. And Tetwa showing good strength now. This is nice work from Shabalala. He's anxious to take it on. The 21-year-old running into a bit of traffic, keeps his composure well and gets the pass away here to Vilagazi on the near side. Tries to beat his man, maybe should have looked for a pass into the middle, and in the end concedes the throw-in. The Chiefs are playing with renewed energy now. And Al Masry know they're in the game. And here's the man who scored 4 times this season, scored in the last 2 league games. Flavio da Silva, man who was born in Bissau, the capital of Guinea-Bissau on the west coast of the continent. Here you see, should have maybe taken the shot first time. In the end, Chiefs were able to get defenders in the way, and Miguel doing really well to make that block. And Eduo should have maybe taken the shot initially when he had the opportunity. So De Silva on, man who was signed from a club called Persebaya in Indonesia in July. So I say scored in the last 2, scored against Durban City and against Albert College. And just providing a little bit of firepower up front as well. Here's Mugisha, the goal scorer. Captain Hassan Ali, who hasn't been quite as busy in the second half, although he is a man who likes to roam. Eduo. Ali again, wide to Al Sadawi. Crowd, well, they were very buoyant for about 5 minutes when their side was leading 1-0. They've been kept a little quiet now with that reply goal from Dylan Solomons. I think if you'd asked the most vociferous of Chiefs supporters who was going to score Chiefs' goal today, I don't think Dylan Solomons would have been top of the list in anybody's list. But that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Chance, real chance here, and Sobi doing really good work defensively to stop the run. Still about 20 minutes, 19 minutes plus stoppage time to come. And this game is up for grabs. Sometimes you get a slow burner in football, it takes a while going and then suddenly sparks to life. This is very good defense from Sobi. He's been a regular at the heart of that defense throughout the season. All played into the center, looking for Velibaye, but Chiefs have got now some real fresh legs on the park. Tele playing it forward. Solomons, he fancies himself as a goal scorer, goes into a good position, but instead Mfundo Vilakazi goes for the curler and hits it just wide of goal. I must say, Solomons, well, Solomons thinking that he might be like buses. You know, they say buses never arrive and then suddenly you wait forever and two come along at once. He's looking for his second goal in the game. He's not playing as a defender. He's upfield. He's looking for opportunities. And coach Khalil will be very, very happy with the way his side have responded to going behind in the way that they did. Bradley Cross. He's had a good game, Bradley Cross, defensively. Made a vital block in the first half as well. Sobi. Interesting that the opposing coach has made no changes as yet. He's going with the same players that started the game, whereas Chiefs duo coaching staff have made 3 changes already. Was Velebai one of those changes? He's a man who's been looking forward to this trip. Recently signed from Cape Town Spurs. A lot of paperwork, a lot of boardroom decisions to sort out that transfer. And it went in favor of Chiefs. They were allowed to sign him after a long and protracted courtroom battle. Cape Town Spurs saying that he was still their player. But because Spurs were relegated, that clause fell away and Chiefs won the case in the boardroom and were able to sign Velebai. And he's come on here as a sub and a chance to play in a CAF club competition. Sobi looks wide again. Chiefs well organized this time defensively. Renewed vigor and renewed energy in their step. Aleraki runs into trouble. Now there might be something on the breakaway. What's available here for Flavio de Silva? Looks for support out wide. They've got a few big men up the park now, Chiefs, if they can make the stick. Brave work from Tele trying to win the ball, and he has done so, but that's a sloppy pass. And now Chiefs might be exposed a little bit because Hassan Ali's got space in which to attack, and he's got wide men on both sides. 14 here is Hamada, the man who earned the penalty. Ali tries the shot, well blocked. Comes back now, Mugisha pulls the trigger from far, but it wasn't on target. And it looks like there's going to be a substitute. Al Armouti, who's already scored once this season. He's going to come on now. And also Ahmed Yusuf, a striker. So they're going to make a double change here. They're bringing on a right winger and a striker. As we approach 75 minutes in the game. And those changes, I think, are not going to be allowed to happen yet. Referee says play on. So let's see what Chiefs can work with this attack. They've got the ball wide here. Vilakazi playing as an inverted winger and doing some really good things now. A lot of energy, a lot of pace. Again, he's trying to do a Solomons here. Goes on the outside, then back on the inside, looking for a way through. Good defense from the home side. So this game is very, very much alive. It's exciting now. 15 minutes to play. Each side has scored. And a double substitution coming up shortly for Al Masry, Ojan.
re gorogile mo nakong e masese nako ya metsotso e le lesome le botlhano ya bofelo mo ditlhopha di le ntse fa di bonya fela fa ba tswala matlho ba nna mo mathateng a re bone Abderrahim fela ba kgona go boa kae kwa morago Flavio da Silva a re bone Flavio da Silva tswatshalo kwa Pankeng le Mfundo me banna ba babedi ba ime go sejaro kwa ntle Klinika Samigala motsena nya ka mlungu omnyama ba re bela ka Khela Bradley Velepai Asanele aba mapapa se motserganye aba bana tsono jana gore dire ka dira diphetogo o ba laela gore ba ka dira jana diphetogo ne mo kapteini wa go tswa kama go jala le kawana la Abderrahim kama go le Ali kama go jala le Ali Hassan.
Substitution for Al Masry SC. Player number 20 Ken Gesley is replaced by player number 15 Ahmed Al Armouti. Player number 8 Hassan Ali is replaced by player number 10 كريم بامبو. تبديل لفريق المصري خروج اللاعب رقم 20 كنجسلي ونزول اللاعب رقم 15 أحمد الأبوكي. خروج اللاعب رقم 8 حسن علي ونزول اللاعب رقم 10 كريم بامبو.
جدوزي شبالالا ومخلا جالو كاراتي سرلانا مي غدر له جالو بيتو دي بيدي لكوانا لا احمد يوسف خامخلا واهيري باتيني مي عبد الرحيم ديخموم لي علي حسان باتويلي نامو خو خام تتو كلا مترغاني aba patele sega bisecha ho mofachalo karate surlona likawana le anabone chalo munusi wanno munayo boka kwa Rwanda libekale litsinyo abikala kachana anabone chalo likawana El Sadawi Kaizer Chiefs bakona ko busa kwa marako Akile barwa motonoka kakotoko arwana batadira mokhirinye watsana kalba kosola deiteri khileta nankoti a Chiefs esa sirele se fight nanko yori khileta ikoti Flavio aratolo haka muthale Flavio me go tabuga chalo lebeletse go tabuga chalo Ox Mdiwa die Flavio Ox Arbone Kunika, Aisimula Chalo, Komara Homo, Brendan Peterson. Lebella Brendan. Ella Bakona Busa, Komaraho. El Sawadi. The men with the minor Saj. Chabo Pele. Romela Pele, Telepapele. About someone coaching a Cyrilesa Hamdi. Una money, Tabotele, una bonichalo le kawanala. Me Tabotele watwa, Satwa Rodira Jalo Neletano, Nabata Jalo le kawanala da Silva. Juduzi, watwa lene, Lebuma Boye. Lebuma Boye. Kamago Jalo le George Mato. Arboneri Petro, Sebatari Tisa Momotame Kongo. Bayrumela Little Roquafili, Arbone Chalo, Chalo Monam, Chalo Calabello, Montana, Sola Tini, a Jew. Ababona Monaco Toko Fella, Quinica, Valhone. Batseletse ba kokota Kaizer Chiefs ba khana go bula kwa morago El Sawadi
Substitution for Kaizer Chiefs FC.
Arbone Chalo le kawana le nisten namu greshe kapana chale hamara
Player number 6 Libohang Maboy.
Rakabale Kakala
Player number 21 Tabu Sili is replaced by
Yago Chalo ka Dylan Solomons
George Mako.
Ora mutarga jara khile terega siata
خروج اللاعب رقم 7
واوي توما
ونزول اللاعب رقم 6 ليبوهانج مابوي. خروج اللاعب رقم 21 تابو سيلي ونزول اللاعب رقم 22 جورج ماكو.
Lebo Maboye, George Mako, ono tobali suore. Kibone di peto di pedi te Africa Bora, Kapas Africa Bora sa Kaizer Chiefs. Baweta khile Komarago Brendan. Hela ichoteka kwa Ntel Sawadi huya khile wetsa mikela mako simolla kwa morago metsotso e le robongwe gore mogwangwe ye borwa ka kwano a di tla fela ka tselentseng jana kgotsa bangwe ba tla tlhaba ba bangwe ka lerumo le tla tsa lobaka go fola ga le kitla le fola bonolo a re ntse re letile mo metsotsong e le robongwe ya bofelo Sobi Baba dira phoso bona jalo Mfundo bona Vilakazi akaithuma ngwanayo akaithuma ba ba sireletsa kwa morago bona ithumile Mfundo Vilakazi Kaizer Chiefs pause simolla golwa le kawana la Mugesha ona le George Matlo Olwa Jalo le George Matlo ona khorometsa Jalo lebo maboye mase tlhako mo ditlhaeng amma se tlhako mo ditlhaeng ba itlhomile khileo Dylan Solomons Hakimu itse ka dithago lebo maboye Hakimu itse thata jalo ka dithago tse di telele sa le ba emeletse mo tshimologong ya motshameko balatedi ba setlhopha se mme ebile ba nkgopotsa ba fa ga isiwelele ka mebala e ba e apereng a re bone Dylan Solomons Mfundo Vilakazi ba goga fela e thula le bota kwa morago Hawks ona re jaaka motaile mme se motho a metaile tota Mfundo Vilakazi Hasanele a ba goga ba iatlerela kwa morago gamdi ba mo leka ba le kgakala jaanong gamdi merete wele ya dipone di tshubilwe merete wele ya dipone di tshubilwe ke yone nako ya mahutsana ye nako ya kutwa botlhoko mo kgweleng ya dinao fa le sa ikatela le ya go digama le sa ditlhapela fa le sa ikatela la go digama le sa tlhapela fa le tla bonya le ya go lla sello sa masetlapelo la go lla sello sa masetlapelo la go nna mo kutwa botlhokong fa le sa ikatela Sobi ba isimolla kwa morago go leka go tlhasela Chiefs go tswa kwa matlhakoreng fela go polema go kwame a gore fa o sa ikatela o a go digama o sa ditlhapela re romela kwa fele a re bone fela Chiefs ba sireletsa mothetso ke metsotso e le metlhano ya bofelo Michael o tla garela le wena metsotso ya metlhano ye e le 1 Chiefs 1 El Masry
5 to go plus stoppage time, OJ, and it's going to be an exciting 5 minutes. Both sides going for it by the looks of things. And Chiefs having to concede a corner here. And there's also going to be a double change. El Shami and Abdul Khair are both going to come on here. Abdul Khair has been a regular squad member of the team. And they're freshening things up. Temine, who's the leading scorer of the players who started the game for them, he goes off. Hamada, the man who set up and earned the penalty, goes off as well. And it's a corner here with 4 minutes to play. This could be a very, very crucial play in the game. In it goes, ball bobbing around in the box, and it's gone into the net. What's the referee indicating? Is he allowing the goal to stand? He's got his arm outstretched. I don't think it's going to count. Well, the linesman seemed to have his flag up, but the celebrations are being carried out here by Hashem. The referee, I thought, has stuck his arm out and was indicating something, but it looks as if the goal is going to be allowed to stand. So a real smash and grab here late in the piece for Hashem, his first goal of the season. And the Green Army are delighted. Well, you don't normally make changes before a corner if you're the defensive side, but the attacking side made changes here. And the ball bobbing around. Miguel kicks at fresh air, and the ball just bounces loose. And Hashem is the man who has the easiest tap-ins, takes a deflection on its way in as well. It's cruel luck on Chiefs, who certainly improving in terms of their performance from the game. So for the second time now, they're going to have to try and come from behind, and they haven't got much time to do that. But they are trying here and immediately trying to respond, trying to find De Silva, and still on the attack. But the move breaks down. I was about to say that the youngest player on the field is the man who's having such a spark to this game. That, of course, is Mfundo Vilakazi, who's created the assist for Solomon's goals, and he's doing everything here. He's running at the opponents, and he's really had a big influence. There might be something here. Oh, the header's just wide. It's just wide. De Silva getting up there, looking for his third goal in 3 games. And Vilakazi again having such an influence on this game. So near and yet so far for Chiefs. And now the goalkeeper will do everything he can to try and take time out of the game. Is it a genuine injury? Is it not a genuine injury? He's going to try and slow things down a bit, because Chiefs are responding well to going behind for a second time here. And goalkeeper Hamdi, who's 32, has been around the block a few times. Just have a look at this. It's Miguel who kicks at fresh air, unfortunately for him, trying to clear the ball. It's a good corner from Dechmum, played into a dangerous area of the field. And Miguel can't clear, and it falls rather fortunately to Hashem, who has the easiest of tap-ins. And it's a real smash and grab in Egypt. And for the second time today, the coach is on his knees. Oh, the fourth official, Mr. Emmanuel Mensah, hope he's adding on the time here. There's a lot of times being taken out of the game. Now it looks as if the coach wants to make a further change. He's got 1 change left that he can make. Well, that was the foul in originally that the Al Masry players were complaining about, that led to Solomon's goal. But look how brilliantly Solomon's does. Goes outside, then inside, and then picks his spot beautifully. The goalkeeper didn't even see it coming. Didn't even make the dive. Didn't make any effort to stop it. And he just nestles in the corner of the net. Solomon's, with what I make, is only his 2nd ever goal for Chiefs. And now Mansour, who's the centre-back, is coming onto the park just to shore up the defence, and Dechmum is the man who's going off. He's had a brilliant game. Dechmum has been involved in pretty much everything. Definitely Al Masry's player of the match. Here's the penalty. Mugisha taking it beautifully. No chance for Peterson to make that save, even though he goes to the right way, or guesses the right way.
Substitution for Al Masry SC. Player number 13, Dechmum, is replaced by player number
So there's the confirmation. Dechmum off and Mansour on. How much time will be added here? So we confirm that substitution for you. Really good game for Dechmum. Looks a quality player. I think as he gets more people taking note of him by virtue of the fact that his side have qualified for the CAF Confederation Cup, I think there might be some big offers for him from some of the bigger clubs. Looks a really good player. 5 minutes to be added on then. And can Chiefs grab a goal back? Will Al Masry get a 3rd? Lots to sort out here. George Matlow wanting to get the play moving quickly. Now Bradley Cross. Mtetwa. Chiefs need to move this ball forward. They need to move it forward at pace. But Al Masry have a good defensive shape here. They've never won the Egyptian League, Al Masry. They have, however, won the Egyptian Cup in 1998. But they played in the Confed Cup a number of times in the past 8 or 9 seasons by virtue of ending high up in the log. Last season they ended 4th in the log, and that was good enough to get them into the competition this season. The Chiefs have won multiple trophies, most recently the Nedbank Cup putting an end to that trophy drought. They really want to have a good run in this competition in Africa. And to start with an away loss would be a crippling blow. Next week they've got Zamalek at home. And they need to get something from that game, you feel. It's been a decent performance from a Chief side who are missing so many players as a result of injury. They came back into the game. But then from a set piece, they conceded a rather soft goal, if truth be told. Is there still a sting in the tail? Here's Solomons, who fancies himself to do just about anything today. He's getting involved in attacking sorties, doing some defensive work and doing everything. Maybe Chiefs must just give him the ball. See what he can do. 2.5 minutes of stoppage time already played, 2.5 to play still. Here's Matlo. Goes inside to Mtetwa. They need to move the ball forward quickly. Mabue. Good strong run from him. That's nice. Miguel just urging a little bit of calm. Floating it forward. Looking for one of the front men. Ball's in the D, and when it's in the D, anything can happen. Trying to find a way forward here, our Chief. Solomons gets it wide, takes a nice first touch, plays the ball back into the area, and the goalkeeper comes and commands with Bradley Cross arriving just behind him. It's good goalkeeping, and Hamdi goes to ground, as goalkeepers are wont to do, and takes a few more seconds out of the game. It's all tactics, it's all showmanship, but it's all strategy. Solomon's doing well with that first touch. See the chest down from De Silva. And they're just trying to find somebody who can get on the end of that. Solomons plays a good cross into the area. Goalkeeper needed to come for that because he had Bradley Cross just behind him. So is it a bridge too far for Chiefs here, or is there still a sting in the tail? Referee's going to have to add on this time as the clock ticks. Well, Al Masry look as if they're going to start their group campaign with a win. They're a side who often get out of the group stage in this competition and then lose in the knockouts. Here's the incident again. Solomons with a cross, and Cross unable to make the contact with the goalkeeper jumping just in front of him. So for the Green Army, the Green Eagles as they call them, Al-Nosur Al-Khoder in Arabic, which means the Green Eagles. The time is pretty much up on the clock, but they're going to have to add on probably a minute or two for the stoppage. No doubt he'll be talking to his idol, Tunisian coach on the other side, Coach Khouki, after this game. And they'll be sharing their thoughts. The sides, of course, still have to meet again in South Africa later on in the campaign. But for now, the Green Eagles are almost home and hosed. That's the goal again. Moment that separated the sides for the second time. Coach Khouki is up and jumping. Well, I thought they were called the Green Eagles, and that's why. It's a very impressive looking eagle. You don't want to mess with that. So we're in the 7th minute of 5 to be added on, but lots and lots of stoppages. There's confirmation of the score at the Stadium Suez. Al Masry SC 2, Kaizer Chiefs 1. Still this hold up for this head injury. This is unfortunate, and players from both sides being very sporting. Chiefs players commiserating with the player who gets stretchered off. course, all the substitutions have now been made, so they can't replace him. Looks to me like Abdul Khair is the man who's going off on the stretch. He's only been on the field for a few minutes. Well, he looks as if he might be making a remarkable recovery here. Is he able to walk? Doesn't look in the best of nick. And of course, they've got a match against Zesco coming up away from home next week. How much time will the referee still add? Probably about a minute or so. So Chiefs need to make it count, and they need to do it now. Just knock the ball upfield and hope that it finds your own player. But Al Masry are managing this well, just taking the ball into Chiefs territory and getting it as far away from their goal as they possibly can. Well, the referee gives the throw the other way, so Inacio Miguel looks frustrated. He got a yellow card earlier for protesting with the referee. Of course, he kicked at fresh air to allow Hashem to tap in that goal. We're in the 9th minute of 5 to be added. Can't be too much more time. The whole bench of Al Masry are up and waiting for that final whistle to celebrate with their teammates. Still, the referee allows play to continue and gives a free kick to Chiefs. So it's now or never for the visitors. They need to get the ball moving quickly. The drum is beating in the crowd. This is it for Chiefs. They can't afford to dilly-dally. The ball's got to go forward. Surely here, route one. That's the tactic here. Look for the front men. Look for De Silva. Picked up now by Cross in the midfield. Mabue. Tetwa. Referee still letting play continue. It was a lengthy stoppage. Now Quinica has Solomons out wide if he wants to pick him out. He doesn't. Ball floated forward by Miguel. Cross tries to make contact. Ball is cleared. It's anxious stuff here as both teams wait for the final whistle. Chiefs with their eye on a potential sortie upfield. Referee looks at his watch and blows the game to its conclusion. It's a game that came to life in the second half. It's bad luck on Chiefs. They gave it their all, particularly in the second half. And with the introduction of Vilagazi, he made a massive difference. Solomon scoring the goal. Only his second goal, I believe, for Chiefs. But as it stands, it's a loss for Chiefs. Only their 3rd loss of the season. And they go down 2-1 in Egypt. They'll play Egyptian opposition again next week. Back with analysis from our studio panel right after the break.